It's again stcherniak from Berlin Immobilien. Today I would like to talk to you about the Vorkaufsrecht, or in English, right of the first refusal. In Germany, upon notarization of the purchase agreement, notary is obliged to inform the local authorities, village, town, city, borough of the city, and the tenant about the purchase agreement that has just been notarized. And both the local authority and the tenant have rights to replace the buyer in the purchase agreement under same conditions of the same purchase agreement. The local authority and the buyer have 2 months of time both to inform the notary about their will to replace or their will not to replace the original buyer in the purchase agreement. The local authority sends then to the notary a special document that is called negative attest or negative Zeugnis, in English a negative certificate, that informs the notary about absence of any will on the side of the local authority to purchase the property instead of the original buyer. The tenant has also to inform the notary in writing, free text in writing, about his will or unwill to replace the original buyer in the purchase agreement. If the tenant is not informed or misinformed by the seller about the selling the property, it may come to need to compensate the tenant about the losses he suffers. The tenant has right only once in his tenancy period, once upon parcelation of the property or division of the property, to use his right of refusal. It means if the same tenant has already refused in the past to buy the property in writing, or the previous tenant or the same tenant have refused the same right to purchase this property to the previous owner, this right will not be given again to the same tenant. If the property has been sold via auction or has been sold to the member of the household of the owner or to the member of the family of the owner, or as I said, if the tenant has already refused to buy the property in the past, he should not be informed about the selling the property. But it's also important to inform the buyer in the purchase agreement about possibility that either local authority or the tenant will eventually have right to replace the buyer in the agreement. Thank you very much. Stay with us.